Is evil winning, or are we witnessing something worse? So, guys, over the course of the past few years, I would say in the last 3 years, and probably going back a little further than that, but let's just start with the last 3 years. I've been watching or reading heinous acts of violence being committed on kids. There is something wrong, and it's getting worse because the amount of things that we are seeing on the internet and or reading on the internet is just getting bad, and it's all pertaining to kids. Well, a lot of it that I'm reading. I mean, there's other things going on with the adults as well, but kids are the future of the planet, period, right? They are in all essence innocent, unless some of them, which can happen, are born evil, and we've seen that. But for the most part, kids are this, I guess, angelic, innocent being that's brought upon us when given birth to. People going out of their way to behave badly and or behave evilly, and it's not even a word, to kids is insane. Watching or reading about a woman who put her baby into an oven because she thought it was a crib. There was another woman that gets into a fight with her baby's baby fathers, the father for kids, and puts both kids in the oven. I think she barricades the oven with a chair or some kind of so they couldn't get out, screaming and yelling in the oven. She pulls them out, FaceTimes the father. Look what I did. Another guy last year offs his kids, does it on FaceTime with the mother watching the whole thing. Then another mother did something similar to that, let the father watch FaceTime while she offed his son or something like that. All of these people are doing these heinous acts, these evil acts, and then filming it and sending it to the parent or the grandparents, which I heard happened in one case. And this is only by the acts of someone purely evil. You people, guys, don't, just because you're breaking up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, that's where you go. You take it out on the kid. I'm not buying that shit, like, not at all, not even a little bit. There is something far worse going on with the human race. The fact that they are taking it out on kids. The fact that the sex trafficking industry is honing in on kids, and trading them. Yes, there are adults in that industry as well, but for the most part, they're kids. And the fact that the governments around the world are playing this stupid game of we can't find them, once they're in the system, they're lost. They are embracing that evil act by letting it, or rather allowing it, to flourish, thrive, make billions of dollars a year on the backs of kids. Not to mention slavery in African nations that are also on the backs of kids. Things are getting out of control, worse, almost every day, especially when it's pertaining to kids. Kids are being offed in the worst way possible. There was a couple, it was early this year, maybe last year. I want to say Arkansas because they were white trash, but wanted to go to bed early. They wanted to put the daughter to bed. The daughter didn't want to go to bed. The daughter was fighting with them. The kid was 4 years old, I think, or 3 or 4 years old. They beat this kid to death. The ME examines the kid, and the kid looked like, according to the ME, like if she was hit by a car going 60 miles an hour. 60. The body was referenced to that of a child being dropped out of a window, from a 3-story window onto concrete. That's how badly this kid was beat up. And that's all because the parents wanted to have sex and put the kid to bed early. So they couldn't do that, and they beat this kid up. I'm watching, or rather, excuse me, reading more of these cases of people beating their kids to death because, oh, wouldn't stop crying. Oh, it was interfering with my life. The one lady who went on vacation and left a kid at home, a baby at home for 10 days. She went to Puerto Rico or something like that, wherever it was. And then gets home and realizes what she did and goes, and in the court thing, when they read out her sentencing, she was like, I'm so sorry, I wish I could take it back. Bitch, you went out of your way to go on vacation, left some food in the fucking crib with the kid, and hope for the best? The amount of feces that this kid was found in was, if I'm not mistaken, if I read right, I think it was a medical examiner and the cops on scene were disgusted, crying, and I think some of them had to take leave because of how they found the kid and what they found the kid in. Something is brewing, and it's time for us guys to do something about it. I don't know. Allowing evil to win is not the answer. Stepping in and warding off this, if we can, is the answer. A lot of people seem to not believe in God, and the more I see these evil acts, weirdly enough, the more I believe in God. Because the more I start saying or thinking to myself, we're meant to fight this battle. We have to. Because if we don't, we are undoubtedly going to lose, and lose in a big way, and lose in a way that you wouldn't even imagine. Something has to be done because this evil is out of control. And some people will argue with me and say, well, because we got social media, we're hearing more about it. No, because I used to read the newspaper as a kid, and I used to read different news agencies, and I still never heard the amount of violence and the type of violence that I'm reading about now in the newspaper. This is bad. Something has to be done. Other than that, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.